Change your mindset with what money is. Money isn't real, it's a made-up concept. Let me show you how to make as much money as you think you deserve. Today, we're going to be talking about money. What is money? Why is it so hard to get, right? And how do you change your mindset so it really isn't hard to get, right? I remember 5 or 6 years ago, I was a restaurant manager for Taco Bell, making $33,000 a year, GM. And I thought, I was single at the time, it was just me. I thought I was the king of the world making so much money, $33,000 a year. And that was my whole life. I did that for 8 or 9 years, something, forever, right? There was a layoff that happened, and geez, I almost lost everything, right? There was kind of a period of my time where I was just struggling. And that struggle created this person I am today, and how I think about money, and how I understand that it's just this made-up concept. Any amount of money I can have it. Let me give you an example here. I do my emergency budget committee. If you haven't watched that video, watch it. I'm going to re-update it so it's a little more fresh. But today's the 1st, and yesterday I did my final monthly emergency budget. All my bills are paid, or last month technically. All my bills are paid, right? And I then come up with a number of how much I have extra. And this is my extra money, right? Again, all my bills are paid. Today starts the first day of the month, so I start back over. But this is last month's money, and I just haven't put it into my accounts yet. I use Robinhood, I have bank accounts, I buy a lot of silver and gold, right? I don't like to carry a lot of cash like this. But again, this is just one single month of extra money after bills, okay? I haven't quite counted it yet. I think it's like maybe 8,000. Okay, these are all 100s. Okay, isn't this cool? This is one single month. This is just like $1 bills and just some change. And again, this is one single month. I'm not making this up. This isn't some clickbait gimmick. This is just one single month of money that I've made on top of bills. How many of you can say that? How many of you can, I think this is 82. I think that's what it was. How many of you can say that you make that much extra a month? Every single month you can do that and put it in a savings account, put it in some kind of, I do a lot of Robinhood money, that's investment. And again, a lot of silver and gold. How many of you can say that? Change your mindset with what it all is. If you're making salary, if you're making hourly, and you're making under, I don't know, 150 a year, you're doing it wrong. I love Dave Ramsey, I love all these guys, but it's not about necessarily saving your pennies like they talk about or whatever. It's about maximizing how much you can earn, what you're worth. If you're at your 9-to-5 job, odds are you're not living up to your full potential. Change your mindset. Become your own boss. Be your own business owner. I do drywall. I just do little holes in the wall. Sometimes a little bit bigger projects, but drywall. I do drywall, and I make all this money. I make over $200,000 a year just doing stupid drywall patches. So let's talk about how to change your mindset. How do you go from thinking I make 10, 20, even 30 an hour to this unlimited potential? If I'm not, I don't really like to think about hourly. I always talk about hourly in the videos to help kind of have you guys understand what you should think. But if I were to make, let's say 30 an hour, do you know somebody or do you make $30 an hour? and think they're awesome, right? What's $30 an hour? 30 times 40 times 52. That's $62,000 a year. Seems like a lot, right? I would be pissed if I made 30 an hour. I like to stick to 80 to 100 an hour on everything I do. I've had jobs, and I've even posted a few videos where I think I make 60 an hour, and you kind of see the struggles I have in those videos. But again, change your mindset with what it is. How did I go from $33,000 a year? I got up to district, so I was GM for a long time at 33. And where I was laid off, I turned into a district manager for a different company, restaurants. And I think I was making $55 a year. And again, single, I got a house. This was back in Indiana. And, oh man, I thought loaded. I had this nice car with this massive payment. And, man, the layoff happened. I was 3 or 4 days or something like that away from foreclosure. I was that many months behind on the house. And, oh man, it was just, maybe I'll make a whole video on the struggle with that. It was impressively struggle. I went almost a full year without heat. So it's kind of funny in the winter without having heat and a fireplace. Interesting. But that is what formed this monster I've created with making money, getting broken and destroyed that much, that I was able to turn into this. So I want to help you turn into this money machine without having to get that far broken. My words hopefully can help. Honestly, thinking about it right now, I might recommend that struggle to everybody. Because at the time, it was nauseating, suicidal, just sickening. Ramen for every meal for weeks, right? Literally. Because there was just nothing to eat. I had chickens. I remember one time I had to process a chicken because I didn't have anything to eat. I'm not kidding. I know that's like, but I had to do that because I was hungry. Interesting. The experience I went through was beautiful, but very struggling. So it's interesting. So if you have any cool experiences about that, let me know about them. I want to hear about them. But how do you go from this, what I was living, and not the struggle, but the $33,000, the $55,000 a year, thinking you're doing okay? If you're not saving this much money every month, you're not doing okay. So let me show you how to do that. So the first step about this process, find an item that you want to do full time. I kind of clung to drywall, and I'll get to that story in just a minute, but it doesn't have to be drywall. Drywall makes a lot of money, but anything could make a lot of money. Making cookies, making soap, making jewelry, making and selling clothes, making drapes, some kind of customer service nonsense. I mean, I don't know. There's a zillion million businesses that you can make insane money. So step one, keep your job, right? Whatever job you have, keep it. Find the area that you want to move forward in for the rest of your life, right? The concept. So I had my job and I had drywall. And so find that idea. That's your number one idea. So keep your job. And then, so I had my job. And then after work, I would go and do very small jobs. I'm talking just like 3 or 4 hour jobs because I got off at 5 and I was tired. So I would get to the job, the side job at 5:30, work till 8 or 9, and make a couple $100. Plus I had my regular job to pay my bills, right? And then the side job, I used all of that money. So my job, my 9-to-5 job was paying all my bills. So that was keeping me afloat. And then the side job was just extra money at the time. This was my experience, and this is what I recommend. So I didn't need extra money. So don't use your side money for takeout food, for new TVs, for car payments, for credit card payments. I don't care how in debt you are. If the job is keeping you afloat, then do not touch the side job money. Okay, so I have my side job money every single day. I was making, I don't know, $100 to $300 every, whenever I got a job for that. So then I would use all of that money and I would keep buying tools to improve either my quality, my speed, or the size of jobs that I could do. Back then I did handyman stuff too. I don't anymore. I hyper specialize in just drywall. But I would buy tools to do handyman crap. And so I did that for about 6 months, where I worked my job and that was paying my bills. And then my side money was buying all these assets of tools. Assets is how you become wealthy. And I have so many assets, it's disgusting. And you can too. So find your idea, keep your job, and then you can't come home from your job and just give up. Have dinner, watch a stupid show, and go to bed. Play a thing on your phone, right? Stop it. When you get home from work, go back to work. And you only have to do it for a short time, okay? You don't have to work 1,000,000 hours every week. So we're proving the concept. We're making sure that, in my case, drywall was going to support all of my bills. So then when I had like 6 months, and you could do it in a couple months, I would not do like a month or a few weeks. You want a long-term, make sure the clientele doesn't dry up. You just want to make sure that the demand is there so you don't get in trouble. And then once the concept is proven, quit your job. It is so frightening and magical and beautiful. It's such a beautifully frightening experience to have your side job become your full-time job because you've quit that nonsense. And that you're slowly going to change your mindset with that transition, the side hustle thing. And then from there, you're going to grow and grow and grow. Because in the 3 or 4 hours a day that you had, however much money, how much could you have if you have 8 to 10 hours a day doing it? Beautiful, right? And that's the first step in exploding into this nonsense of just money machine. I had a little burp there. And I think that's where I want to stop for the day. But try that. It is so beautifully interesting